Okay, it's Nick Dutch back again. This is just a short video prior to me sort of like wending my way upstairs and going to bed. Been quite a long day, very good day. It's been my father's birthday today, so we just like celebrated the way that people in family environments do, and it was great. But I'm here to go back to doing what I've traditionally done, trying to answer someone's questions about something and give my own personal points of view. And this is an occult video. If you don't like that, sorry. If you like it, then great. But I'm just going to shoot from the hip, unscripted, which is the way I like to do this kind of thing, because then you get sort of like the raw ideas thrown straight at you. It says here, what would you say about someone who claims to have channeled information? It's something I hear a lot of, and I think it's something which is very close to modern New Age theological interpretation. I hear the word channeled being bandied around a lot, and the word downloaded has appeared in modern conversation these days when it comes to having, allegedly received some form of experience. Well, for you to say that you have channeled information, you would logically and rationally have to know precisely what the word channeled actually means, and that there would be a fixed definition of what channeled actually means. There would have to be some very specific characteristics of the experience and a very strong specific interpretation as to what it actually means to have received the information, and also you would have to be able to have proof positive that the alleged information that you've received does connect to the subject under discussion. This really cannot happen, if you think about it, because the only thing that separates me from a hard skeptic is the fact I do not deny the strange experiences happening, because I've had the strange experiences. Okay, that I've had all kinds of experiences, but when I've had one of those receiving moments, I wouldn't know for sure whether that was something from my deep subconscious mind, whether I had, let's say, a dose of the flu or a virus and that was affecting my mind and giving me hallucinations, whether it was a B vitamin deficiency, or whether something else was going on, providing me with the ability to have that particular variety of experience. As far as the information is concerned, where could it have come from? There's always more and more questions to be asked if you're intelligent. And if you're not intelligent, what you'll be doing is believing blindly. Or if someone says to you, I have channeled information, then either they have issues of rationality and intelligence and objectivity, or you have issues because you are taking on faith precisely that yes, they have received information from a spiritual being and it has said something to them, or they really have connected to the Akashic records and their mind is one with God's universal spiritual mind, or whatever. I'm doing a bit of an impression of Emo Phillips here for some unknown reason, but never mind. We don't know. Now, there are experiences that I've had which, if I was a little more simplistic in my mind's eye, I would turn around to you and say, yes, that is, that's evidence of, objective. I don't have to go any further, don't have to look into it any further. That is evidence. But no. I may have had an angel experience. Okay, so fine, so what? Okay? I may have had a God experience. So what? Okay? I may have had a ghost experience. So what? These are experiences which we can have as humans. Now, they may full well be connecting to or just on the horizon of something bigger to do with the spiritual world. Yes, I will say that. Yes, that is a strong hypothetical possibility. But it's also a possibility that might not be the case. And we don't know. All right? But these experiences still have to be had and talked about, so that there's more like information out there that people can pick and choose from. But unfortunately, there's always going to be more people going out there into the world saying they've had the experiences when in fact they haven't, and they're just trying to hoodwink people because they know full well there's people out there who are easy to hoodwink. And doing so for fame, their 15 minutes of fame or whatever, or their 5 minutes or whatever. How many minutes of fame are you allowed to have these days? I don't know. or you know, whatever. There are just too many questions. It doesn't matter what someone asks me these days. You know, the answer is still there are too many questions. I mean, when I had my angel experience, I mean, that blew my mind and that frightened me, to be honest. But it was a real experience. It wasn't a real experience in the fact that it was legitimately demonstrated 100% that angels exists. I may have developed a bit of a personal theology along those lines, yes. I mean, you can develop a personal theology or a new religion or a new whatever it is based upon anything. Alright, anything. And people develop like concepts of identity and culture and the rest of it based upon anything that they've experienced or they feel connected to or they feel a part of or is part of their identity or that they believe is part of their identity. But it still boils down to the fact that humans are whopping great headfuck creatures. You know, we want to simplify it. We want to say that is evidence, that is experience, that is an experience which proves conclusively. We want to do this. But the more you look into this, the more you look into other explanations as to what that experience could have been, the more questions that you have. So you can't be a person of devout faith. Alright? There was once a time when I knew someone who had very strong devout supernatural beliefs. I actually thought it was really rather harsh for me to try and bring him into clarity and reality, because he was obviously, you know, a very sick, sad, lonely individual who was very twisted in lots of different ways, and it was wrong for me to hurt him through showing him the truth. But on the other hand, I was caught in a moral dilemma there, because I didn't know whether it would have been better for anyone he comes across in the future if I had shaken him out of this stupid way of thinking and brought him into something clearer. So there's always a dilemma there, but I hope that what I'm doing through making these videos has the capacity to give some of you people just that extra bit of clarity about these experiences, because when they happen, it blows your mind. You want to forget it. You want to ignore it. You want to tell yourself that was just your imagination, and maybe it was just your imagination. Whatever that means. I don't know what the phrase "oh, it's just your imagination" means. I don't think anyone knows what it means. Okay, you had an experience. Of course, your imagination was involved, because that's how we process information, through our mind's eye. Everything that we see around us is generated from upside-down images projected onto the back of our eyeballs, which our brain is then turning into a 3D image that's the right way around. And on top of that, there's only like that much of my vision, which is actually totally clear, and all the rest is completely blurred, but my mind is telling me all the rest of it is perfectly clear, when in fact it isn't. That's a work of my mind. Everything is your imagination. Again, too many questions, not enough answers. So we can't get too dogmatic and, oh, it works, oh, that's proof, yes, I believe it, you can believe whatever the fuck you want. Believe whatever the fuck you want, but a belief is a belief. It's not fact. And that's why it's so frustrating me being Nick Dutch, because like, I've had all this weird stuff happen. I try and make more of these weird things happen. I still have weird experiences, and I'm stuck. And it's a bastard. And I would love to just sit there and say, yes, it works, yes, I've got clear-cut evidence. I'd probably get thousands and thousands and millions of views if I did, but that would be being dishonest. And I can't do that. And that sucks too. I've got morality.